What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Double M Motorsports. It is Friday and we are going to go find a place to race. Sit back, enjoy the episode. For those of you that don't know me, there's probably just as many of you subscribed to the channel that don't know me as that do know me. I'm a firefighter full-time and run my own business right now. Before I came back to the fire service 4 years ago, I worked for the railroad for 8 years. On the railroad out of Springfield, we went down to Thayer quite a bit, and going down to Thayer, you pass through West Plains. In West Plains is a beautiful looking racetrack called Legit Speedway. I thought it was pronounced Legit for so many years. Well, up until a couple weeks ago, I've thought it's been Legit Speedway this whole time because it's L-E-G-I-T. So I've always called it Legit Speedway, but it's Legit Speedway. And they are opening their doors back up after being closed down for renovations. They've been closed for the last 2 years. To my knowledge, they've been doing renovations for the last year or so. So, gorgeous looking track from the outside. It looks like a really cool place. Several of us are going down there tonight. Heinrich is going down there. Corey is going down there. I'm sure there'll be several others that make the trip down there tonight. It is a haul for us. It is 2 hours from my house to get to Legit Speedway. So we are headed now. We went to Baumgart's, picked up some more towing supplies. I think I would really like to put sorry, the wind's coming in here. I think I'd like to put another D-loop on the trailer on the left side. We had it set up on the Legends video. If you guys have been watching that long, back whenever we built the trailer out for the Legend car, we used to put the four-wheeler on the front and the Legend car on the back. Now the trailer is too small to really haul the four-wheeler and the modified comfortably. It's very sketchy when you do it. And so one of the rings, the four-wheeler rings were different than the car rings, and so I got some sturdier D-rings so I can actually do a wheel strap. I've got a little PTSD from a couple weeks ago when the car fell off the trailer pulling into my pit spot there that we didn't get on video for you guys because we were freaking out and getting it back on. Pulling 2 hours, I'm taking some extra safety precautions. So we're going to go get that done, get the car loaded up. It's 11:30 now, and we're wanting to leave our house at 1:30 so we can meet Corey at 2. We're going to convoy down there so he can kind of keep an eye on our car on the trailer just to make sure everything's good. He's got an enclosed trailer, so you don't have to worry about nothing flying off or the car coming unloaded on him. But, so anyways, that is the plan. All right, out here at the car, I'm pretty sure I've got everything ready to go. Scaled it out last night. Let me show you. You won't be able to see it now because I fixed it. But last race, we were talking about how crazy loose I was. And I was doing my inspection last night, getting everything ready to go. And this whole ladder bracket, which is what your rear trailing arm connects into, was folded over this way towards the seat. The right side was completely broken off. There's 2 sections to it. And my rear trailing arm was right there in the back of my seat. So that may have played a little bit of a factor into why I was so loose. The car was not handling normally. I mean, I was still overdriving. I still overdrive the car. I need to work on my driving skills. But that probably had more of a factor into it than anything else. So I was out here till 1 o'clock this morning. Had to completely bend those back out. The one that was off, that fell off, the welds broke on it. Hammered that out flat, put everything back on there. Had to reset up the entire left rear of the car. And so that's why I got the scales out. Once I got everything set, I wanted to make sure that everything scale number wise was still pretty much where we had it set at the previous, prior to the season. And we are pretty darn close. It was really close. I've got to get the concrete out. I got 150 pounds of concrete in the front seat because that's about what I weigh, depending on if I've taken a poop yet or not for the day. I generally weigh around there. The other major change we made for Legit, turn this light on back here. It's dark in the barn. Got my light set up here. Hold on just a second. There we go. There's some more light. It probably ain't gonna help you see under here more, but my right rear shock was in front of or behind my rear axle, and my spring cup, which is that there, was rubbing up against it. And from what I can tell, it doesn't look, my initial thought was maybe that bird cage, where all of your control arms and stuff mount to and your shock mounts to, had shifted back, and I'm still not completely convinced that it hasn't moved at some point, even though when I'm shake it doesn't move at all. I don't see how that could possibly move. All the welds, it's welded onto the axle tube, and those are still there and not broken. So I don't know what's taken place to make the shock rub against that, but it was rubbing bad. And so I moved the right rear shock in front of the axle to kind of see if that helps free up the right side of the car. It ought to roll better, because to me that's a pinch point. Something was, binding, not allowing the car to work like it should. So I don't know what that's going to do. That's why I wanted to try it out this week, play with it and see what it does. And then I also moved the right trailing arm bar down 1. So that's the same thing that's on the other side. Is get you in here. Get you in here. A lot of guys hide their setup stuff. I don't really care. It's just to learn. So that's the ladder rack. That's what broke on the left side. And so I moved my right rear trailing arm down 1 more hole. And what that does is bring your, sorry for the bad camera skills here, I'm squeezing you in tight spots. For those that don't know, what that does is bring your rear wheel further back, kind of squaring up your rear end a little bit more. It's not a huge change, but Legit is supposedly got really tight corners, and it's an extremely slick track. And so I wanted to try to do what I could prior to going there to get the car tighter than I normally run it, which is backwards from everything we've been trying to do at Springfield. Springfield, I've been trying to free it up. We've got it free. Now I'm tightening it back up for this track, just based on information that I've been given and research I've done on the track. We changed the gears to the 548s, I believe. That's what I run at Monette. Legit is about the same size as Monette, with shorter corners, longer straights. So it'll be a fast track. So I'm gonna get concrete out, scales out of here, get everything buttoned up, and we'll get her loaded, go pick the wife up, and start our road trip. We just got done with hot laps. First time being on the track. I was okay with it. The car was a little bit tight, but everybody says that he waters the track at the beginning of the night and then doesn't touch it again. It just kind of does what it does. So I'm expecting it to hit dry slick. We're after late models, and we're last in line all night long. So last heats, last feature. So I'm going to leave it alone for now for the heat race. That was pretty cool, different experience. It was as long as Monette is, but the banking wasn't quite as steep. It did have big corners, but the banking wasn't quite as steep. So I was able to get up on the top and run a little bit, but I was taking it cautiously. So we'll see what happens in the heats. post-race vlog here, or mid-race vlog here in the truck. My microphones are dead. I brought them, but failed to charge them, so strike one for me. But heat race, we started in 8th place and finished in 6th, so I gained 2 spots. Track was slick. James was not kidding. He told us this place makes a slick Springfield look like it's got traction. He wasn't kidding. This place is slick. They water at the beginning of the night and just let it kind of fall off to where it goes. They don't put any more water on it as the night goes on. So we got late models here tonight, and they put a lot of rubber down on the track, so not a lot of traction there. So the rest of us are kind of searching for that traction is what we're trying to figure out for the feature. I haven't raced a lot of dry slick, so it's a learning curve. Just have to try stuff, see if it works, and make notes on it if it does. So changed my rear tires out around the right front, added a 1/2 inch spacer on my left rear because my stagger increased so much with my new tires on the rear. I actually gained an inch in stagger, or 3/4 of an inch in stagger on my rear, but by putting that 1/2 inch spacer on there, I should just be gaining 1/4 of an inch. So I'll have a little more freedom in the rear of the car, which will hopefully work a little better, because I thought the entry was good, but the car seemed to push mid to exit. Was really hard figuring that out. So we're starting in 16th for our feature, and so we're going to push for top 10. That's going to be a win on a brand new track we've never driven on, and track conditions that are pretty challenging. So see if we can put something together and pull out a top 10 tonight. What's up, everybody? It is Sunday, so 2 days after the race. I was at the fire station yesterday. Almost forgot to do my race recap and to close out this video. But Legit Speedway was a pretty legit place. A really cool facility. Me and Sarah both thought it was beautiful. It's out there in the middle of nowhere, other side of West Plains. Very well maintained. They are in the middle of a renovation right now, but once it's done, man, that place is going to be awesome again. I didn't realize that that's where the Show Me 100 originally originated at before they moved it over to Lucas Oil when the track sold for Legit. So that was pretty cool history at that place. Track, on the other hand, was tough. I sucked it up all night long. I am still struggling to figure out how to race on slick. I wound up spinning out. I'd worked up my way up to 11th out of 20. I think there was 24 of us there. Started in 17th, started in 16th, worked my way up to 11th, and once my tires lost traction and got hot, cooked them off. I couldn't get traction at all. You'll probably notice in the GoPro footage if you are a racer, but I was having to turn the wheel to the left quite a bit, which to me says that I set the car up too tight. I needed to be a little looser. I shouldn't have to move the wheel that much going into the corners, but I don't know. This slick stuff is not my forte right now. It's something I need to figure out and get better in, because I want to be a good all-around racer. I don't just want to be good at Springfield and tacky stuff. Heck, and I haven't even won there yet, so I'm not good at that either. But we've still got some hammering away to do on this car to get it figured out. Hopefully get us a win this season sometime soon. So we will be back at Springfield next weekend, racing on Saturday night, I believe. So if you like this video, please send a like, share, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one.